Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we have yet another very special love story for you all. So without any further ado, let's get started. She was known throughout the land for her kindness and her radiant smile. The king had once explained that this birthmark was a sign of her being a true daughter of the kingdom, a symbol of their unbreakable bond. But as the princess grew older, she became self-conscious about the birthmark. She tried covering it with fancy dresses and high collars, but nothing seemed to work. The birthmark would always find a way to peek through. The tailor had only done as the princess had instructed, and there must be some reason behind her wanting to cover up. A wave of realization washed over the king. Could his daughter be ashamed of her birthmark? The thought pained him. The princess had everything one could possibly desire: riches, fame, and adoration from her people. He had to do something to make his daughter feel loved and accepted. An idea struck him. The king, with a proud smile, announced, "This is my daughter, the true gem of our kingdom." From that day on, the princess no longer felt the need to hide. She walked with her head held high, her birthmark a symbol of her identity and her father's love. The incident became a tale whispered throughout the kingdom, a testament to the unconditional love between a father and his daughter. He would organize a grand ball, inviting all the kingdom's children. Her father's love and acceptance, the warmth of the crowd's adoration, and most importantly, the realization that she wasn't alone. Taking a deep breath, the princess removed her shawl, revealing her birthmark to the entire kingdom. At the ball, he would introduce his daughter, not as the princess with a birthmark, but as a symbol of courage and pride. The tailor, who was renowned throughout the kingdom for his exceptional skills, completed the gown in record time. The princess, too, adorned herself with beautiful garments, but she still hid her birthmark under a high collar. When it was time for her entrance, the king held her hand and led her to the center of the ballroom. It was made of the finest silk, and the color matched the princess's eyes perfectly. If you did, don't forget to show your support. Until next time, goodbye. Overjoyed with her new gown, the princess rushed to the king to show him her new purchase. But what she cherished the most was the love of her father, the king. He was the strongest and the wisest ruler the kingdom had ever seen, and his love for his daughter knew no bounds. She missed the freedom of her flowing gowns, but the pain of her father's disappointed gaze was unbearable. The king, puzzled by his daughter's strange choice of attire, decided to visit the royal tailor. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a beautiful princess named Annika. Every night, before going to bed, the princess would tuck her long flowing hair behind her ear, revealing a small birthmark shaped like a teardrop on her neck. One day, the princess decided to visit the royal tailor and ordered a gown with a high collar that reached up to her chin, completely covering the birthmark. The king looked at her, his face etched with confusion. "Why is your collar so high, my dear? Is it to protect you from the cold?" he asked, his voice laced with concern. The princess hesitated, unsure how to respond. She didn't want to hurt her father's feelings, but she couldn't bear the thought of him seeing her birthmark either. In the end, she simply replied, I just thought it would look nice." From that day forward, the princess wore the high collar gown everywhere, even in the warmest of weathers. When the king questioned the tailor about the princess's gown, he learned the truth. The king immediately returned to the castle, his mind racing. On the day of the ball, the kingdom's children gathered in the castle wearing their finest clothes and jewelry. Looking out at the sea of eager faces, the princess felt a surge of emotion. A gasp echoed through the room, but it wasn't a gasp of shock or disgust, but of admiration. And that's all for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed this. I love you, Dad story.